What's happening, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about Luna Classic getting all the way to 0.01. Is it possible? I'm going to answer that right out of the gates. Yes, it is possible, but there's a long road ahead. We have to have these burns voted on by the community. They have to push through. Of course, that initiative gets started here 6 days from now on September 12th. We had staking added back on August 26th. That also helps us get there, but right now, we've got a long road ahead to get to 1 cent, but can we get to $1? That question will be answered in this article that I break down for you here in just a little bit. But before I do, make sure you smash the like button. Let's get this thing jumping in the YouTube algorithm. Let's get a ton of lunatics that aren't yet in, maybe at least looking at Luna for their entry point. And let's subscribe to this channel if you like daily content. I'm here every single day for you, up super early, drinking some coffee right now, getting ready to get on a 6:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time flight out to Vegas. So with that being said, let's dive in here. I'm going to drop myself down, and we're going to go through this article. Terra Luna Classic continues to pump. Here's why. So we'll break this down a little bit. So basically, Luna Classic initially broke out of a descending resistance line back on August 23rd, and things really got bullish from here. Previously, the line had been placed since May 17th. This was the first bullish sign since the bottom hit, which was May 13th. So once we broke out of the descending resistance line back on August 23rd, things really started gradually picking up, especially once we turned the page into September, which really accelerated the increase of Terra Luna's price. Now, on September 5th, yesterday, Luna Classic reached a high of the 3.5 level before moving higher. The high was made at the 4.61 Fibonacci retracement level of the initial upward movement. This is the final resistance level relative to the initial increase. So once we broke the 3.5 range, we were really in uncharted waters. There was one more crucial line of resistance at the 4.2. And interestingly enough, we are right there right now. So don't be surprised if we get a pullback today. Of course, nothing is surprising anymore to Luna Classic. We could get all the way to the 305 range today if the lunatics decide to drive this thing higher. But at this 4.2, we do have some resistance, and we're meeting it right now, okay? We can jump into the 1 hour chart and see the last hour here has been red. But overall, I mean, look at the hourly outlook here on Luna Classic. If we get into the 1 minute, you can also see that things are breaking down a little bit here down to the 4.2. We'll see if this trend continues or if we're able to break back out of this. Right now, trading just above, though, the 20-day moving average. And we'll see if we can continue this run that we have been on. But eventually, things will consolidate, and that's not a bad thing. Consolidation is good, okay? That is good for the price of Luna Classic, which, by the way, the daily high is up at the 4.5 range, which we just hit early here in the wee hours of the morning. On September 6th. Now, let's get into the $1 discussion because a lot of people are talking about that. Where will Luna Classic go from here? Now, listen, right out of the gates, I'm going to say this. 1 cent is definitely in the cards. 1 cent is definitely in the cards because here's why. When we look at the market cap that it would be if it hit $1, okay, the market cap would have to be ridiculous, right? It would basically have to be bigger, basically having everybody that's in the crypto market right now in Luna Classic in order for it to hit $1. Maybe somewhere way down the line. But there's been obviously a ton of optimism here about the future of Luna Classic. But I just want to be real with you and say $1 is probably not in the cards unless we greatly reduce the supply. And I mean greatly reduce the supply, because right now, the death spiral that caused the price to decrease by 99.99% increased its maximum supply, which currently sits at 6.2 trillion. In turn, a price of $1 would lead to a market cap of 6.2 trillion, which is roughly 6 times higher than the entire crypto market cap right now, right? So we're not getting to a $6 trillion market cap anytime in the global crypto market, right? So we're definitely not getting to $1 anytime soon, but 1 cent could certainly be in the cards. If you don't know this, I'm a huge proponent of Shiba Inu. I've been covering it on my channel for about 1.5 years now, and we call it the 1 cent dream. So the lunatics certainly have a dream of this reaching 1 cent, and I definitely think it's in the cards. It will take some time, and we have to accelerate these burns and also create more use cases for Luna Classic here down the line. But as we roll into 2023, I think it's definitely possible. It can happen. Let me know what you think about it down below. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content. I'll see you guys in the next one.